The LEGO Star Wars Insiders weekend deals are pretty much just about over, so I wanted to take a look and go through and see what sort of the aftermath of this is and what this can mean for Black Friday this coming week. We could see a little under 11 hours left in the Insiders weekend, and I'd say it was a bit crazy, especially with that Lion Knights castle, which I have it pulled up right here, sold out in just a matter of minutes. By the time I queued into the LEGO website, what was it? 2 minutes after midnight, completely sold out. People were having issues and a bit disappointed because my plan of attack was to make two purchases, one with the Lion Knights Castle to get all the GWPs, and then another one full of Star Wars sets to get more of the GWPs, but that didn't happen as Lion Knights Castle ended up selling out really quick. It was a really good deal. Retail, it was selling out amazingly before, but hopefully LEGO learned their lesson and will be making more castle sets in the near future. Hopefully by this time next year, we have another Lion Knights Castle 2.0 or something along those lines, because it was very good and the castle theme is back in full force. But going to just look at some of the sets and see if they sold out or not and what this can mean for Black Friday. Looking at all the sets at 2 times off, which was pretty much every single set. I'm surprised the shuttle carrier aircraft, I forget if this is retiring at the end of the year or if it's not, but 4 times insider points, $230, you would get 5,980 points on this. At the very least, back order. I am shocked that it's not. It is a really nice set. You know, it's not one that I would go out just because I don't collect icons, too much of them at this current moment, but it's a good set. Just 4 times insider points. It's not back ordered at the very least, and it just about qualifies you for all the GWPs. You can go and buy a microfighter or 2 and get that. But same thing with the Viking Village at 2 times insider points, which I have a feeling we'll see this one dip 20-30% off on Black Friday sales, whether it's on Amazon, Target, or just LEGO maybe doing a 15% sale. I could see this one dipping below or right around that $100 point, which I think I saw on Target actually. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on this one. Once again, not really as shocked that it's not on back order, but it's still a good set, and 2 times insider points, you really couldn't beat it. Gringotts, I don't think that's a surprise to many people. Also had it pulled up here. No surprise, nearly $100 off on this. You get 2 times insider points on it. Sold out. I think it made it through the night of the first day. I think it was late Saturday or maybe even early today. I'm not exactly sure that it sold out. This one wasn't on my radar, but still a great Harry Potter set. I feel like it just went on shelves, but this most likely means they have another large scale set in the works for next year, because I don't think we got a large scale Harry Potter set this year because the Burrow was last year. So yeah, I don't think that we ended up getting one. So it'll be interesting to see what they put on shelves for us next year. But it was a great set. Moving on now to the X-Wing Starfighter. This is one that I thought it could have sold out. It is retiring soon. I know fans sort of have a little bit of a mixed feeling about this, but widely available, and I really do think LEGO's going to throw this one on sale, and we'll see it for $180 right around Black Friday. So keep your eyes peeled on this. If you've been wanting it, now's the time to strike. There's really not a time to wait for something like this, as like I said before, it's one of those sets that's grown on me since its release, like with the Coruscant Guard gunship, which is, speaking of the Coruscant Guard gunship, that one sold out. This was immediately on my radar when this dipped around the sales we've seen on other sites like Amazon, Target, Walmart. Lego.com, get it for 2 times insider points. I knew this was going to be the best buy for it, and when I woke up on Saturday, I was surprised to see it was still around. I thought this one was going to sell out relatively quick too, and like with all these sets, now is the time of year that the second they sell out, it's gone. You're never going to find it again on shelves for retail unless your Lego store is extremely lucky and has a couple of them in the back. You can check, like for a Lion Knights Castle, Gringotts, or Coruscant Guard gunship, but you need to act very quickly, because this is the time of year, like I said before, once these retiring sets are sold out, LEGO's cutting the production of them, and that's it. So $98 for this, you really couldn't beat it with the 2 times insider points. Maybe Amazon has it. I don't know. I haven't checked, But I know as far as it goes for Lego.com and your Lego stores, that's pretty much the end of it. And they did fix that Commander Fox minifig, which is, I think, a large part of the reason that towards these last few months, not so much, well, a little bit of the FOMO around it, but it did take a massive bump up in value, I think, with the fixed Commander Fox. Overall, I will miss this set. It did bring us some pretty good drama and a lot of good talking points. The Gotham City animated series mosaic art piece ended up selling out. This isn't one that I particularly was in the boat of I must get, but it was still one that I think that if you are a fan of this style of set and a DC fan, I'm a Batman fan, but I don't know if I'm big enough of a Batman fan to go out and get this for $225. I was fine letting it go. Once again, the shuttle, and those are all the main sets that really sold out. I feel that the Razor Crest, we will see a definite discount on around Black Friday. I think it was around 2 years ago with the Razor Crest. It was a randomly like $200 off or like 40% off, something wild on Lego.com. And this is a retiring set. It's not on back order. I don't know what the inventory is, so I think a lot of people are really going to be waiting for those Black Friday deals for this one. So keep your eyes peeled on it. This is one of those sets for many people that you want it. You got to be quicker. Then you got to do it sooner rather than later, because this is the time of year people are going to get desperate, and it might not even make it to Black Friday. I can see that happening, but at the same time, even if this goes on a 15% discount, which might not be as much as some people are hoping for, it will fly off the shelves. People are just sitting here waiting for this thing to drop in price, whatever that may be. Gonna miss it. It was a really, really fun set. The Boutique Hotel did not sell out right now. 2 times insider points, a pretty nice discount on it, a great modular set. Big fan of it. It is still around. So could we see this dipping down to 20-30% off on Black Friday? I definitely think that there is a large possibility for that. The Dinosaur Fossil T-Rex, another set which if I remember correctly, is retiring. I'm shocked this one wasn't on a discount. I feel there were some rumblings about this actually being discounted, but nothing. I don't know if it sold all too well just because there weren't any deals for Insiders Weekend. I couldn't tell you if it's selling well just in general. I think it's a cool set. This isn't something that I would necessarily go out and get, as, you know, I am primarily Star Wars, but it's one of those sets that I think is just a really cool display piece for a lot of people. And I could see Lego putting this one, like with the X-Wing, around $180. I'm going to say we'll see it for around $200 to be nice and safe for Black Friday. Jabba's Sail Barge, once again, another set, which, if I remember correctly, unless I was looking somewhere else, I don't know, was it the sales in Europe or somewhere, I saw it for $100 off, or it was rumored to be, but that just never happened. So I could see Lego doing a little sale on it. Maybe that was for Black Friday and I just misread it, but I could have sworn it was with all the other insider points on that list for all these sets for $100 off, or right around, 20% off. But with the, maybe I can find it here, the Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit is also, where is it? Here we go. The Desert Skiff. Okay. My next point. This one sold out. It's done. So you're going to have to go and find it elsewhere, just because 20% off for this wasn't such a bad deal compared to the 80%. Still think $63 might have been a little too much for, I feel 50 is right around the correct value I would put on this set. So now that really runs the risk of, you want Jabba's Sail Barge, you got to get that Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit to really complete the display. Now it's sold out. Now you're looking at paying maybe $120 for that at the current moment. Unless you can get it on a site like Amazon or Target, this is really running the risk. And now we're starting to cut things close, because I like the set, didn't like the price, but I feel when you have it next to the Jabba's Sail Barge, there's some days when you can just say, you know what, did I pay $580 plus tax? Let's say closer to $600 with tax for this for these two sets. Yeah. Was it slightly overpriced? Yeah. But is it an awesome display piece? Absolutely. And I feel that kind of lessens the blow a little bit for it. Can't believe they're retiring it right now. That's such a dirty move, but not shocked. Anything to boost up sales, especially in this day and age. They really do a lot of stuff like that, but I understand it. Definitely can't fault them. The gingerbread AT-AT is out of stock for now. It's not retiring at the end of the year. It's temporarily out of stock. So looks like if you're going to want this, you're going to have to wait till 2026 to actually be able to obtain it, which is a bit disappointing. I know a lot of people wanted it for the holidays this year, but honestly, end of the day, be patient with it. Don't pay the $100 that these people are charging absurd amount for online. Just wait and you can have it for retail price. It's silly buying a set for above retail when it's available for less, and you'll have it for next year when I don't think as many people are going to be eyeing it at this point, because everyone who wanted it, or a lot of people who wanted it, were able to already go out and grab it. Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator is on back order right now, so pick this one up. It will ship by December 5th. We'll get here by the holidays, and I really feel this is going to be a loved set once it retires. I know there's all the drama around the Darth Maul minifig being absolutely just horrific without the pupils, but as far as the build goes, it's great. You get the 25th anniversary Saw Gerrera. I'm a fan of it. I do think previous versions of this, you can make the argument were better. Yes, they were larger. Maybe for the time, the minifigs were better and all of that, but I still think this was just all included a really good set. I feel besides the Maul minifig, the build just gets hurt by the downscale and the increased prices, but at the end of the day, I think like a lot of things in life, once you look back on it, you're going to realize it wasn't the worst set in the world. The Tanta 4 overpriced, retiring at the end of the year. This one is one that I fully expect them to have on a discount, maybe around $60. Maybe they'll do $50 for this, but I think somewhere that $50, $60 price point is right around where I would have valued the set at retail. But I definitely think it's not even on back order. I doubt this one really sold all too well. So Black Friday, maybe on a random, maybe Cyber Monday or like a random Friday throughout now in the holidays, if it's still in stock, you could probably end up grabbing this for a hefty discount. It's interesting to see a lot of these sets, and they're not even on back order. A lot of the ones that are especially retiring, it's kind of showing me that maybe they should have put a lot more of these on a 20%, 30% deal, because it's kind of wild right now that a lot of sets retiring aren't even on back order right now. So did Lego drop the 8-ball with this? That's very, very interesting. Going to the 4x insider points, we have the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This set came out a few months ago, not on back order. I guess, do they just have an insane supply, or are people just not loving it as much as I would have thought? I mean, 4x insider points on a set like this, how many would that have gotten you? You would have had over almost 5,700 points and change. I mean, $220. If you're really trying to maximize your points and you were a fan of this, I thought you would have bought it, but maybe it was, I don't know if I could say it's a premature to put this at a 4x points right now if Lego really wanted to sell them. I would never complain about that, but I felt they would have done that for the sets retiring at the end of the year, not one that just came out, unless sales for this weren't as high as they thought and they were just trying to move inventory, but it just kind of came out a few months ago. I really don't know the idea behind that, especially with this set. It didn't do it for me, so maybe they felt, let's try and move some more, maybe get some reviews out online, and that way we can sell some more of these. I don't know, but 4x insider points didn't move it at all for me, and I doubt it moved it for a lot of other people who probably enjoyed the set a lot more than I did. As far as some more sets that are discounted, they're all still available. Well, because they're showing the ones that are currently still available right now, and I expect Lego to just discount them this usual 20-25% off that they have on them Black Friday. Maybe when this deal ends, they'll bring it back up to retail, and then they'll discount them for the same amount. I really don't see them putting them any less than this. Maybe the upscaled minifig can see $30. I don't know, but I don't know if they're going to want to go any lower than $184 on the boutique hotel. Maybe they do $180, take it down $4. Maybe that round number of $180 will appeal to more people. I don't know. Couldn't really tell you if that's the case or not, but it seems that this was a very interesting Insiders weekend for a lot of people. I think there was a lot of good, a lot of bad, and it just doesn't seem like a lot of the sales that people thought were going to happen really did happen. There's a lot more that is actually in stock at the current moment that I would have imagined. I mean, you have the Brickhead set still here. I didn't think that would be around. This is one of my favorite Brickhead sets, and it's 20% off now. It's retiring 2x points, not just for Insiders, for everyone, and it's still available. So maybe Lego discounts at the 30% off. Maybe they just hold on, and maybe it can sneak its way into 2026. I don't know. But before we finish out here, I do want to see, are all the promos still available? Let's just quickly add the Lamborghini to the bag. All the promos, apparently, according to here, are still available. None are out of stock. So they do have plenty of these. Does that mean if they still have a overhaul of them that they'll run it just as a regular GWP in Lego stores, maybe for a little bit if you end up hitting those thresholds? Who knows? But I am actually quite surprised that those GWPs are still available, especially the mini, well, both of them, because everyone gunning for that one castle was also going to qualify for the gingerbread. Is the poly bag still available? That's what I want to actually see. Because if the poly bag still available, that means everything is here. Can't add it to, okay, here we go. The City Workshops. Yep, polybag still available. So all 3 GWPs are still available. So that tells me one of 2 things. Either they overstocked in the GWPs, or they just simply didn't sell enough of any sets, and people are being a little smarter with their money and seeing maybe they can get better deals on Amazon, Target, and Walmart rather than Lego. Or they feel that the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals might be better for them. You know, maybe someone's mom or dad shopping on Lego isn't an insider and they don't have access to these deals, even though it would be free to sign up for it. But whatever the case may be, maybe some people just straight up didn't know about it. But either way, let me know what you thought about this Insiders weekend. What did you end up picking up? Did you think that it went better or worse than anticipated because of Lion Knight's Castle? That was a whole debacle, but let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more Lego content.